welcome back to Vigor. It is your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. You know, the more I play this game, the more that I realize certain maps are best handled with certain weapons. And, it sounds cut and paste. It sounds cookie cut, that sentence. But we all know for a fact, iron-sighted weapons on faraway maps, or maps with long range, they can work. Example, in all the sweats that watch my channel, the M2E people, the H2H people, why do y'all take light machine guns on field content? Y'all don't take rifles. Y'all don't take anything with scopes. Y'all take light machine guns. Now, why is that the case? Well, if a sweat ends up watching this video, they're going to state their opinion in the comment section down below. But me, personally, glint. Y'all know I hate getting detected in the game, because everything is so much easier to do when your enemy does not know that you're there. Everything's so much easier to do. This is why I'm taking on a bugle onto Anakin. I mean, the bugle is already a great weapon, don't get me wrong. But when you need to get a kill at long range and you don't want to give yourself away with glint, you stick with a bugle. Because 3-shot burst and this iron sight is great, even though it legit forces tunnel vision upon you. Yeah, I bet you didn't think about that, did you? Even though it enforces tunnel vision upon you, it is still a great weapon at far range. It's still a great weapon. Now, can you do the same thing with an AUR A1? Sure. L85 A1? Definitely. L86 A1? Yes. 100%. But what do the A1s have in common? A scope. Check this out. You seen how I waited behind those boxes? It's because someone spawns on that island. And 8 times out of 10, whoever spawns on that island runs straight toward the center of the map. I ran to that comm station and it was still available. What the hell? They are closer to the comm station than I was, but they didn't use it. Why is that the case? Maybe they were still on the island watching the center of the map. I don't know. That's why I waited behind those boxes. Now, the raincoat that was on that path that spotted me, he spotted me because he waited behind those icebergs. I mean, if he had any other weapon, or had better eyesight than usual, then sure, it would have turned into a whole gunfight. But, as you clearly saw, whenever he couldn't find me, what did he do? He tried to cross to a place where I wouldn't see him cross. But the art of relocation, caught him by surprise. You see, folks, this right here, this is the reason why I radiate my airdrops as soon as possible. Because look, you can find the red chest. You can find it, right? And you can pick it up, right? But you don't know what I've done to the airdrop. As soon as you pick it up, boom, health deprivation. You got a limited window. You're living on borrowed time, basically. And don't let me catch you without iodine. Basically, if I put radiation on that airdrop and I see you pick it up, you're a walking target for me. You're a walking target. Now, if I hear you go for the detector multiple times, guess what? You're a stationary target. Case in point. You hear that M249 going off? Or it did go off, rather? Yeah, 2 plus 2 equals 4. The guy with the light machine gun on Anakin that can kill anybody at any range is the same person who's using the detector. How do I know that? Well, notice how the detector was hit, and then some time passes, and do we hear an M249 go off? And do you hear those shots going off as well? That's retaliation fire, people. Every time you hear a sound in this game, like that right there, it's telling you what's going on. All you need to do is listen, use your brain, put 2 and 2 together, and realize what the hell is going on. Now look. Matter of fact, not look. I got a question for y'all. As I see the guy with an M249 right there. What is more deadly at long range? An M249 or a bugle? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Because we about to fuck around. And we about to find out. But first, I gotta see how deep this guy's gonna go. Now look. When I was in high school band, my band director told the band that if you do something 13 times, it becomes a habit. Sadly, in this game, I don't think it's possible to hit a detector 13 times. But if you sweat 13 times in a row with a certain weapon, then you might fall into the habit of spamming the detector for the entire match. And that's what I'm betting on right here. Because look, we know somebody with an LMG is past that lighthouse, right? Where are they? I don't know for sure. But here's the thing. Number one, now we know somebody's in that lighthouse because of an alarm trap. Number two, once he gets done in that lighthouse, where is he going to go? He has 3 options. Number one, he can leave behind the lighthouse. I won't see him. Number two, he can cross over to the island where the yellow house is at. Right there to your screen. Or the left side of your screen. In this case, right side of your screen. He could go right there. That's fine. I watched him go there. Option 3, best for me. He can come waltzing right down this path and try to go for the detector again for like the 3rd or 4th time. It's a habit. That's an ADR. Fighting for its life. That's an M249 trying to take a life. They're both still back there. I've wasted enough time waiting for this guy, but then I realized there's a game to be played. So here's what I do. Knowing that the light machine gun player likes to damn spam the detector, I'm gonna radiate the detector, obviously. And now I want to go back to playing the actual game. I reserve my radiation grenades for airdrops. But you know, in certain times, there are encounters where I wish I had 2 radiation grenades. Because ideally, what I would like to do is radiate the detector and the airdrop. But notice how I didn't use the detector. I mean, look, if I did, guess what? The M249 player would have turned around, maybe, and rushed the detector to try to see if I'm there. I can't ambush him. Yes, there's ridge lines and whatnot I can hide behind, but I can't watch him run over there. And besides, if I do hit the detector, what am I going to see? 2 dots near the lighthouse. It may be a 3rd dot on this half of the map. Why do you think I'm running over here? So, Anakin will teach you that unless you spot something, you don't know what the fuck going on. There's a saying that says seeing is believing. Well, unless you see something, you don't believe it. You can hear something, you might can believe it, but unless you see it, you don't believe it. Is he still alive? No, I didn't see it. Is he dead? No, I didn't see it. Did I hear shots? Yes. Who fired last? The M249. Is he still alive? Again, I don't know. I didn't see him run. You know what I'm saying? So, I realize the barred house has not been hit yet. I know, this deep in the match, and it hasn't been hit. The detector gives away your position, but yet you know where everybody else is at in the match. The barred house, on the other hand, it gives away your position, but you don't know where everyone else is at. Now, this little area right here, nostalgic for the good version of eliminations, and thanks to those elimination rounds, I now know all the little crevices that little raincoats like to hide in. Like that one right there. So, I'm going to try and open this barred house while looking in all these little crevices that a raincoat can hide in and see about getting this safe. And you see how I'm always moving, because what's the easiest target to hit? A stationary one. Now, I'm going to open the safe. Okay, cool. Now check what I do. Instead of waiting inside one of the intermodal shipping containers like a very predictable man, I'm running this way. And notice how I'm not running toward the other side of the boat. Anakin is a very open, very bright, very not spooky map. I'm watching the ridgelines. Yes, I know, the match is about over because, radiation has announced its arrival. Or radiation has announced its approach, rather. I'm watching the ridgelines. I'm trying to see if the M249 player comes back to use the detector. Or if he's coming straight here because I radiated the detector. I get it. There's a lot of thinking going on in this encounter. I get it. But this is what you have to do to be one step ahead of your competition. How do you think sweats track you down so easily? They predict where you're going to go. How do you think I track you down so easily? Or my bad, how do you think I track people down so easily in my videos? I predict where they're going to go. Now pause. I get what you're going to say. A equals B, B equals C. Then that means A equals C. Jet is a sweat. No. No, I'm not a sweat. I have my moments, okay? I'm a decent player, just like the rest of you. I just so happen to wear headphones and can rub 2 brain cells together and use my right finger at the same time. That's what that means. But as you can clearly see, I'm about to dip. So nobody tagged the airdrop. Nobody picked it up. You see right there. So I just got the barred house and I left. No detector was hit either. So what happened? Well, I didn't see it. So I can't tell you. All I can tell you is the ADR was not the last one to fire. The M249 was. I'm going to ask y'all a really simple, really basic question. What is the first thing you do when you kill somebody? My bad. What's the first thing you do after you kill somebody? You go and you loot their body, right? So who fired last? The survivor. I'll be sure to catch you in the next episode. Until next time, peace.